Hey my lovely babes and babettes and every babe in between. Today we'll be talking about Lupisvulpes. Before we start, I need to clear some things up. I myself am not what I would call religious. To be honest, I think I fall more into the atheist and agnostic category. But I do not have anything against anyone who is religious. Also, I think it's funny how I'm drawing my bisexual demon OC while talking about a Christian who is kinda Jesus crazy and is allegedly homophobic and transphobic. And trigger warning will include religion, homophobia, and transphobia, racial stereotyping, and cultural appropriation. All my sources and information I get will be from a document where people have written their experiences with lupus and will be linked in the description if you want to check it out all for yourself. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's start. Lupisvulpes is a 22-year-old, very Christian, furry artist and animator. She's popular due to her animation memes. Lupus is in trouble with the artist and animation community due to her alleged homo and transphobia. In 2015, people started questioning Lupus if she was homophobic due to her being very open about her Christian faith. Now, I personally do not believe every single Christian is homophobic or transphobic because of their faith, but a lot of them are, and so Christians kind of get a rap for being homophobic due to their faith. But I do not believe every Christian is that way. But people started to catapult all their questions onto her deviant art about her stance with the LGBTQ+ community.
You're very gorgeous to me!
And due to that, Lupus deactivated for a couple of days, and on August 13th, she made a Tumblr post about it, but never directly stated or even acknowledges any of the accusations made against her, which was the first red flag to people that she might be homophobic and transphobic. Transphobia. Lupus refused to draw a commission Mayo asked for because it included the trans flag, because she thought it was sexual and related to causes. This is basically the main thing that brought all this lupus drama back, and it's what most people think of when they think about Lupisvulpes drama. Here's the reply Mayo got after requesting the trans flag to be drawn in their commission. I will DM you as soon as I find out one way or the other. Also, I meant to send this to you before you paid, but I was out for lunch. I wanted to say thank you for commissioning me. I'm really excited to get to draw Arcade for you. It's been so long, it feels like. I can provide the clothes and earrings you mentioned, no prob, but I'm not able to include the trans flag. I'm sorry I didn't make it clearer that I don't do certain things related to causes or sexual things in my art, but I hope you understand. But if not, I can give you your money back for sure. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to drawing Arcade again. Let me know what you think. And also, I have to go pick up curbside groceries for my mom real quick, so if I don't reply quickly, that's why. Take care, Mayo. The problem everyone has with Lupus's response is calling transgender a sexual thing and relating to causes. Saying how someone different from the genitals they were born with as something political isn't a good thing to say, especially since it is wrong. Not everything is political, especially someone's sexuality and how they identify. Well, this is how Maya responded. Oh, the trans flag isn't sexual or anything. And no problem, I'm excited to commission you lots. Did you search up transsexual or transgender? Because I think transsexual is a different thing. Transgender just means you're the opposite gender of what you were born with. It doesn't have anything to do with sexual things or anything of that sort. It's very common and normal for people to feel that way, haha. I have Arcade as a trans man, and for Pride I'd love to get a drawing of him with the flag so I'd be able to celebrate who I am and all that. Lupus then responded with, sorry, I was working on something for my mom. I totally get it, but thank you for understanding. If you want, you can add the flag after the drawing is done. The picture is all yours to do with what you want to, of course. I think the way mom responded was very mature. They kindly explained what it meant and took no offense to what Lupus said. Now, before I discuss why Lupus's reply was problematic, just know that Lupus has every right to decline a commission if they do not feel comfortable with what is being asked of them. But no matter how you slice it, it'll still always come off as rude and transphobic if you deny service because you refuse to draw some colors in a certain pattern. Plus, it's bad for business, since most of her following is part of the LGBTQ+ community and are trans. She should know that most of her fans are part of that community. So denying service to someone or denying to draw something that is part of that community will hurt them. It's like denying to draw box braids on a character because it's part of the African culture. Doing that will make you come off as racist no matter how you slice it. and it will hurt any of your African followers. Sometimes you should just put your pride aside, especially since she is now complaining about how her business is ruined because of her own mistakes. Lupus is kind of unprofessional all around, like when it comes to refunds and handling her own business. One of Lupus's now ex-friends tried to explain the matter in finer detail, but also failed. I'll let you pause and read the response on your own, but I'll be reading Lupus's response. Hey Jasp, thank you for sharing your heart with me on this matter. I know and understand how important it is to you and the rest of your friends on here. If I'm honest, it's a little hurtful to think people feel compelled to talk about me behind my back, just for living and doing art the way I choose to. As a follower of Jesus, I love everyone because God is love. I love you and the others too. Not because you guys are following me, but because you all are important human beings who deserve to be loved, understood, and respected. I respect you and the others and how they want to live their life, and I care deeply for you guys, and I would not keep you or the others from living the way you choose to. But I would hope that my choices would be respected too for what I feel comfortable doing. I have set boundaries for what I want to draw, and I felt I was okay in doing so. I understand I think I misspoke in saying the sexual thing, and I don't see you guys as sexual people or anything crazy like that. So I'm sorry for saying the wrong thing and offending you. That is absolutely not my intention. You and I have been friends for years, and I hope you understand my heart on the matter. I know this message will probably be spread around too, which is fine, but I'd appreciate if you didn't join others in gossip about me. Now, just by this response, you can tell she's kind of Jesus crazy, which isn't a problem. But I just think that it's weird that she had to bring Jesus into this when he wasn't even brought up in the conversation at all. Aside from that, the message was really sweet, aside from them basically confirming that they do not feel comfortable with drawing trans or homosexual things, expressing discomfort with the LGBTQ+ representation. Another one of Lupus's former friends, Max, showed a tweet of old text messages and Twitter likes excusing homophobia and transphobia. The first one is the messages talking about how Lupus doesn't like gay stories, and the second is Lupus's like history excusing homo and transphobia. Unfortunately, as an ex-friend of Lupus's, I can confirm she has been this way for a long time. First is from when I suggested Yuri on Ice to her back in 2016. Second is a pic of her likes from 2019. She's never changed, just hid in plain sight. Yeah, Pride and Prejudice is so beautiful. The story is really good, and I relate to it a lot. I'm not super into gay stories, which is probably why I stopped watching Steven Universe. Like, the whole hidden agenda kind of turned me off. I like stories that are just there to be, well, stories, not hidden messages or themes, if that makes sense. Now, her calling LGBTQ+ representation as an agenda gives furthermore evidence that she thinks it's all political. I wonder if Lupus enjoyed the movie Zootopia because the hidden agenda in that movie was about racial prejudice and stereotyping. Or is it just LGBTQ+ agendas she has a problem with? It's like me not watching something because straight people are in it and the story is about a heterosexual relationship. It's just rude and gives further evidence of her homophobia. There's stuff about emotional manipulation, but I don't feel wise enough to speak on it since I'm not a psychiatrist or a therapist. So if you want to check it out, like I said at the start of the video, the link to the document is in the description. Cultural appropriation and racial stereotyping. Lupus has drawn indigenous drawings, but a lot of people have called her out for it being racial stereotyping and cultural appropriation. But I'm not really indigenous, so I don't feel okay talking about it. My great-grandfather was Native American, but I don't practice the culture, nor do I look any of the sort. So I do not feel as if it is my place to speak on it. Here are some drawings Lupus made and people called her out for it. And if you feel as if it's racial stereotyping or cultural appropriation, then feel free to talk about it in the comments below. Unprofessionalism. Like I stated before, Lupus is very unprofessional, especially when it comes to refunds. She'll spend the money before the commission is even done. So when the commissioner asks for a refund, she won't have the money to refund back, which is very unprofessional. I don't really do commissions, mainly because no one likes my art enough to pay me money for it.
Oh, boo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
But when I do, it's usually just amino commissions that I do for free when I can't think of anything to draw. But even then, I know it's very unprofessional to spend the money before the customer expresses gratitude towards the piece and specifies that they like it and they will keep it. Because anything could happen while the drawing is being made. Bills, distaste towards the art piece, anything. So spending the money before the interaction between you and the commissioner is complete is very immature in the business thing. Here's an email of Lupus doing this. You can pause and read, but it's basically what I just described with a little bit of Jesus sprinkled into it for no reason. Conclusion. So basically, with the power of brain cells and the beautiful thing called educated guesses, most of us can conclude with the given evidence that Lupus is probably homo and transphobic, and she is very unprofessional. I can never see myself supporting someone who is homo and transphobic, and neither can a lot of people who have common sense, which is the main problem here. I wanted to talk about the apology video Lupus made. That wasn't even an apology, it was just a Sunday morning church session. But I'm already on page 7 of the script, so this video is probably going to be longer than I feel comfortable editing. So I'll do a part 2 about the apology video either sometime this weekend, but if I can't pull an almighty move and make 2 videos within 3 days, I'll probably upload it next week. But yeah, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then you should probably like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified for my content. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, stay true to yourself, but also don't be a meanie and be homophobic and transphobic. Bye!